One of the things that I've tried to do as vice president is really work to make sure that we are more integrated, that we are not working in isolation or in silos across our division, but also that we're working together with other departments on campus, because we are about enhancing the learning experience. And that learning experience is not only what happens in the classroom or outside of the classroom, but it's what happens in the community and how are our students prepared for the world of work. Well, I'm here to tell you that I believe most of my colleagues in student affairs are silo busters. We want to make sure that we work together. And no matter where you report at your institution, please make sure that you get engaged with the folks in student affairs. Together, we can make great things happen. I'd like to have you think of some things that you might try on your campus. Right now, how is intercollegiate athletics involved in new student orientation or open houses when you introduce students and prospective students to your campus? Is it only to talk about the athletic program, or are you there to talk a little bit about what's really happening in intercollegiate athletics in the CHAMP life skills and leadership development? Are you serving as volunteers and hosts during these events? What role are we playing in intercollegiate athletics during Welcome Week? Do you have an event? At UWF, we have the Argo Aloha, and so it's centered around volleyball as part of our Welcome Week event, so that students know that they can get engaged with intercollegiate athletics on the front end. We also have a big festival in the spring that just occurred 3 weeks ago, and it's an opportunity where we bring lots of folks to our campus. It's called Festival on the Green. We showcase our student organizations. The pinnacle event for us certainly was the opportunity to host and co-host the Division II Sports Festival. Don't reinvent the wheel. There are going to be great ideas on the website. Use and borrow an idea from another campus. What we're doing is not about creating another event. It's about learning from best practices and how to implement it in our communities. What I believe is that community engagement is about creating ripples. I believe what we do on our campuses with and for our students is to create ripples of opportunity. I truly believe that small things matter. And most importantly, I challenge you to make ripples in your community and on your campus. Communicate, communicate, communicate. You can't work in isolation, and you may have great ideas, but they're no good if they're up here. You have to share those ideas, and you have to also be willing to communicate with your ears and listen to the ideas that other people have and truly listen to the needs that need to be met and addressed.
One of the most important things we can do on our college and university campuses is exercise the power to convene. Oftentimes, however, colleges and universities, by segments of our population, are threatening. There are people who feel like they don't have access to the ivory tower or to the intellectual juice and the socioeconomic juice that exists on a college or university campus as it's perceived by many people who haven't had access to it or who are reticent to step in. For me, athletics becomes an important, and Rich uses the term, it's a wonderful term, it's an important front door to this convening place, this safe ground for talking about ideas and for cultural and social enrichment. There's issues here in Colorado about water use and water policy, so we do water workshops and have seminars and symposia on issues related to ski resort development, where emotions run high in the community, both for and against, and we feel like, as the town square, the safe ground, if you will, we are the place for responsible dialogue and hearing both sides. Children, senior citizens, they can all come. You know, I remember when I was the basketball coach at Western State, a couple times I'd look up and there'd be my 3-year-old daughter and my 90-year-old father, and that image sticks in my mind about the unifying power of an activity like intercollegiate athletics. And so the events themselves, I think, create the front door. And then I think there are other things that we can do as well. I think one of the wonderful events we have at our college is an event called Kids Night Out. Friday night at the Western State College gym. Swimming pool's open, got a couple of rooms open where we're showing movies. They're playing dodgeball, basketball, tag, jump rope. The student athletes are working with the kids. The families loved it. Mom and Dad got to go somewhere else. The kids were safe. They were working with college kids who were establishing important role model relationships with the young kids, and it got them onto our campus. For the growth and development of our student athletes, I think we've got to take this town square idea further in terms of their development as well-rounded human beings and say, you know what? There's artists on the campus, and there's people in theater and music, and we have debates and panels on important social issues. It'd be really nice to see our student athletes at a high level of participation in those kinds of activities. I think that's our next step.
Athletics is the front porch of the house. It's not the biggest room in the house, it's the most visible. It's the one that everybody sees, and it's the one that can either paint a really bad picture of what goes on in our colleges by the quality of the athletic programs that we offer, or it's the one that can paint a picture of a program that's really vested in its community.
Our college was actually created out of what was originally the Chicano barrio in Denver. The college was an urban renewal project. They literally moved out the entire Chicano population out of that area, and it created a great deal of, I think, animosity towards the state and towards higher education at the time. What's been fascinating to see what's happened in the intervening years is that population has grown tremendously in Denver, and they are now seeing the college not as some place that took their home away, but some place that's now giving back to them because of our outreach to their young people.
Our athletic director, Joan McDermott, is on the Denver Sports Commission. We're actually facing the possibility, in fact, the likelihood that we will move our athletic fields, which are all grass. We've consciously made the decision to move them in a specific location and to change them to the new AstroTurf and to put lights around them so that Joan can work with the City and County of Denver Parks Department to use that as a place they can begin to bring their programs onto our campus and to have them participate with our student athletes in programs right there in the middle of urban Denver. I think the fact that the symbol of the athletic program is a symbol that the faculty and the students resonate with is very important. I also have the athletic director on the cabinet. So she is there discussing with all the rest of the campus leaders the major issues that are going on and the role athletics can play in contributing to what's going on in the campus. So there are two kinds of community that we are interested in building. We're interested in building community with that community outside of the campus that, quite frankly, we have a responsibility for changing, for giving the opportunity for a new life, a better life, a college-educated life. And we have a responsibility to the community inside of the campus to demonstrate by leadership that our athletic program is committed to all the same values that the rest of the campus is committed to.
There's so many different great ideas about how a college can contribute to creating community from the various publics that are all around it. And I think every idea that you pick up about that can be just one more piece in helping to strengthen your own college. That's what I love about an opportunity like this.
I sat down as a coach for a long time in Division II. I've been an athletic director, now a commissioner. What I always found fascinating from fans was when they did use the we word. When they were talking to me and they were referencing in our community, they were referencing the university and themselves as the we. I think the we word is what we're shooting for here in this whole community engagement thing. You know, as a guy who's been engaged a couple times, the point of the engagement was what? To become a we with somebody else. And I think that's our goal. We need more we's in our world of the people that are in our community. Certainly there's a creative side to this that we've studied here for a day and a half on community and so on. But there's also the run-of-the-mill, we're going to have a game and we're going to have guests on our campus and that community's coming to us for a game. As we go forward with creative ideas, let's also back up just a little bit here and make sure we've done everything within our power to create a great game environment. It's a difficult task, it's not an answerable task. And we want these campuses to be respected, to be safe, to be great places to go to, and that's a big part of our responsibility. Have those meetings, have those ushers, have those security people. If we're trying to create that great community environment, it might start for that first-time fan at a game, and if you can make them happy there, then maybe it would even help on some of the creative initiatives that we're working on now.